All right, the Congress of the People is launching its election manifesto in East London today. And let's now cross back to our reporter, Zimkhitha Macingwane, who is there. A very good morning to you again, Zimkhitha. Thank you so much for joining us. What do you have to tell us now?
Well, preparations are still underway here, and they are preparing to get ready for the COPE leader, who is expected to unpack the COPE's manifesto for this year's general elections. But now I'm joined by the General Secretary of the Congress of the People, Mr. Papi Kganare, who's just going to unpack the program of the day for us. We can see people setting up, getting ready, sound checks and everything. What is expected to take place between 9 and 2 o'clock this afternoon?
We are going to have firstly an informal program where different people from different organizations will just state what they hope COPE will be able to deliver and their wishes as far as COPE is concerned, and then we'll then have an official section where the president of COPE will then unpack our manifesto and state what we intend or what we promise the people of South Africa.
Okay. We can't not speak about a manifesto elections and not go to the numbers, because that's where you are targeting. That's your target, to get more numbers. And we have seen the Congress of the People declining in terms of those numbers. What are you hoping to achieve post the 2019 general elections?
Look, as far as we are concerned, we want to achieve, at least if we can get more than 20 members of the National Assembly and make sure that we are represented in almost all the provinces, provincial legislatures. That's our target.
You are on 3 as we're speaking.
Yeah, we are on 3 as we speak, but you remember we were on 37 at one point, and then things did not go well. But for the past 5 years, we have brought certainty and stability in our party now, and there is no problems which are faced by other political parties. We have consistently proved to people of South Africa that we are the only party in South Africa which is not tarnished by corruption. And we have been consistent about our stand in defense of the Constitution. We have been consistent in saying to South Africans, we are all South Africans first before we become anything else. So we are a party which has been very consistent, and we believe that the South Africans who are interested in making sure that South Africa prosper will give COPE an opportunity to prove that we will be able to deliver on what we promise.
We can also not run away from the fact that the majority of citizens of South Africa are young people. What is it that you are bringing for young people to change their lives?
Basically, there are several things which we are trying to do. Firstly, we have got to tell people this thing of promising people that will create so many jobs is not true. The government can only create an environment under which the economy can grow. So there should be some combination of our education system, the combination of supporting those entrepreneurs who are innovative and creative, and be able to encourage our young people to go to school, to gain skills, and be supported in when they enter the economy. That's the way to go, because we cannot be short-term. Have a short-term outlook. We have got to have a long-term outlook, and the long-term outlook is one, education, skills acquisition and skills development, and then proper support to entrepreneurs and proper support to those who are employing young people. Like, for instance, if you say companies must get incentive for employing young people, but not as intense. They must employ them as employees who are going to be permanently in jobs. Then the government must give those particular companies some sort of tax incentives.
Let's say now, Mr. Kganare, the Congress of the People does not get the majority votes to become the number one party in South Africa. Would you then consider a coalition government?
The coalition government must be based on principles. And one of the principles we have is that you must be prepared to defend our Constitution. Number 2, you must be anti-corruption, not in ways, but in practice, because there are political parties who we thought were not corrupt, but now more evidence is coming up that they're as corrupt as the ruling party. So we have got to be able to say, what do we do when we discover that you are as corrupt as that? Thirdly, you must support that South Africa belongs to all South Africans and therefore they must all have equal opportunities.
Thank you so much for your time. Well, that was the General Secretary of the Congress of the People, Mr. Papi Kganare. As you can see behind us, it says COPE Save South Africa, and that's what the Congress of the People is saying they are aiming for, to save South Africa. Well, there's also going to be that informal session where people are going to voice what they wish this party is going to bring for them when they meet with the leader of the Congress of the People, Mosiuoa Lekota. That's all for now. It's back to you in studio.